Hi everyone, it's Jules. I'm going to be going through this National Park junk journal that I made out of a file folder. It's really simple. A normal manila, is it manila or vanilla? Vanilla file folder? Why? Oh, it's been a time, you guys. I'm glad it's almost Thanksgiving and I'm going to have some time to not think too much about anything. So it's a file folder, and then I put an extra file folder piece inside just to kind of reinforce it. And then I did put some of that Tyvek tape in it to really secure it. And then I got this fabric. It's actually the same fabric that's on my desk over here, this denim. Sewed around it. I sewed it before I put the second piece on. And then I got this fabric. It's leather looking, but it's not leather. At Joann's, got the studs and this patch I got at one of the national parks, can't remember which one, and I just glued it on. So I really love it. And so this is, so far it's full of our trip out west this summer. In August we went out to Wyoming. We went to Yellowstone, Jackson, Grand Tetons. We went to Cody, Wyoming, and then we went to we did the Badlands in Deadwood also. So anyway, so this is my smash book, junk journal, glue book, whatever you want to call it. So I thought I'd just flip through it. I'll probably just talk a little bit, but mostly not. These are just stickers that we got at the parks. We bought so many stickers and postcards. Probably spent like $15 at least at every stop, which it's not that much. We didn't buy really that many t-shirts or anything like that. But so my husband had went out on his motorcycle. He left on July 31st. And so he left about, I think it was like 12 or 13 days before I did. And then I met him. He went all the way out to California and circled around, and I met him in Jackson Hole. These papers are just miscellaneous scrapbook, and this is like, can't think of the word right now, craft paper. So, and I just kind of went day one, day two. Didn't do a lot of writing. Sometimes I did, but not very much. So, and then, yeah, so I'll just kind of flip through it. I grabbed some quotes. I think I told some on one of my videos that he came up with the nickname Sunflower for me on that trip. So you'll see some sunflowers scattered throughout here. I could add more stickers and journaling later on, but so these are the postcards we got a lot of. I will add more to this. It's about half full right now. So as we continue to go to national parks and everything, I'll add more. We love taking photos of food. Me more than my husband, but I thought it was funny that he started taking photos of his food and then texting them to me. And I told him, pick up postcards and stickers when you go places. He's like, okay. He went to Zion. So we're thinking, we originally thought maybe we'd do Alaska next year. Not ready to do international yet, but I think we might do Utah and do like Zion and everything. It just sounds easier and cheaper. My phone is going nuts over here, so sorry about that. There we go. Forgot what I already put in here. I have been working on this for a while, and that's not even anybody we know. It's just a cutout from one of those hotel, brochures. That's a great place to get, if you're going anywhere, to get some images for glue booking. That's day 5, Horseshoe Bend. Cannot believe he rode his motorcycle through Death Valley. More food photos. Yeah, it was 125 degrees. And we're from Minnesota, so that's hot. I don't even know if I've showed this to my husband yet. So now this is day 7 and he's in California. Well, I guess Death Valley is California too, but it's amazing how many different landscapes California has. So that's the redwood forest. He stopped, so it jumps from day 7 to 10 because he stopped at his aunt's house for a couple days, do laundry, help her with some things. She lives in by Sacramento. Crater Lake, he said, was gorgeous. So that's in Oregon. Another sunflower up there. I just wish I had all the time in the world just to go see everything in the United States. I don't know why that's blank. And these were cutouts from a magazine talking about Wyoming. Or, yeah. So this is where I meet up with him on day 13 in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And this is the restaurant that I met him at. I bawled. I was crying so hard. I hadn't seen him in 13 days, and I think part of it was that he was on his motorcycle. It scares me, and I was just really worried about him. So I was just so happy to see him. And this is the first. Jackson Hole is not cheap, let me tell you. Oh my gosh. So we stayed at this place called the Rustic Inn, and we stayed in, this is what our room looked like. It was like a cabin. I would love to stay in one of the ones, so there was fire pits all the way around this like river, lazy river type thing. I'd love to stay in one of those one time, but I mean, it was so expensive. Plus I booked it really last minute. I wasn't even gonna go, and then I had some time and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna meet him. And so anyway, and this is us doing We Love Bourbon, and that's Blanton's, which is super expensive. I think our shot, just a glass of it, was 20 bucks, but I'd only had it one other time in my life, so I was like, you know what, we're on vacation, let's do it. So this is Yellowstone, Old Faithful. I had never been there before, so that was really cool. And we only spent a day. That photo's upside down. Oh well. Can't really tell except for you can see the grass going up that way, which, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we just went to Old Faithful. We went to a couple other little, you know, pull-off spots in Yellowstone, but that was really it. To me, it didn't seem that busy because everyone was like, oh, it's going to be so busy because nobody can travel anyplace else, so everyone's doing national parks. And I'm like, I don't know, it didn't seem that busy to me. There's this cowboy bar in Jackson Hole that has the seats, the bar stools are saddles. I couldn't really sit in it that well comfortably, so I just stood beside him. And we had to, because I booked it such last minute, we had to switch hotels. We stayed in Jackson Hole 2 nights, and we had to switch hotels. I really liked that hotel though. It's called Modern Mountain Motel. So this is day 15 when we were in Jackson. We went to Grand Teton and we did Jenny Lake. So that's what this map is back here. It shows Jenny Lake back here. This is us at Jenny Lake down by the lake. This is, I don't know if you can see it. When we went on our honeymoon was in South Dakota in the Badlands and Deadwood. And we went to, we picked up the sock monkey along the way. So he's kind of been in our family. We named him Selby, which is the street we had dinner on the day of our wedding. So he traveled with us on this trip. And this is just from a magazine, a map. This is from, so then we went on to Cody, Wyoming on this day, and this is the Irma Hotel where we stayed. Doesn't that look like The Shining from the movie, the book, The Shining? But, so we stayed in this hotel, really old hotel, really fun. And I think it was Buffalo Bill's Irma Hotel. Just a map from the Harley store that I picked up. Another brochure, more sunflowers. Day 16, we left Cody and ended in Deadwood. So this is up at the Little Bighorn Battlefield. And then we ate at a native restaurant and had fry bread tacos. So delicious. And this is a map. It kind of shows, it's not exact, but it just shows the route that my husband took on his motorcycle. So he was gone for like 19 days, I think. We stopped at Devil's Tower on our way to Deadwood. We did go there also on when we had our honeymoon. We've been married for 11 years. So that was 11 years ago. This is just a map that I got. So I folded it up, put it in there, and put pictures on the parts that I don't care about. My husband went riding around the Black Hills and I went to a rock shop. We went to the cemetery, the Black Hills, Mount Moriah Cemetery. And that's where, is it Buffalo Bill? No, Wild Bill Hickok is buried. I think so. This is just a rock shop flyer. The rock shop I went to was in Keystone. It's called the Rock Shed. I had never been to any place like that before. I could have spent thousands of dollars, but I think I spent $100 or something. Got some pretty ones. So this is just a map tucked in here. I didn't really know how to, I didn't really know how to do it. So it's just laying in here loosely. This is probably the highlight of my husband's whole trip, was these buffalo, and I was back behind in my truck and scared that the buffalo were going to ram him over, but and day 18 we started heading back home and then we went through the Badlands. And that is it. We stayed in, I think, Chamberlain, South Dakota, and the next day we headed home. So that is it. So yeah, I have a whole nother signature I can put stuff in, and maybe half of that one. And I've added some stickers in the back here, but I could add more. So yeah, there's room to grow in here for our next adventure at national parks, but that is it so far. Super easy to make, and it's holding up really well. I would say that having that Tyvek on there really helps, but I love it. So there you go. That is my National Park Smashbook Junk Journal. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.